All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast coming to you live from Austin, Texas. My name's Will DeFreeze. To my left, David Ruff.
Just going to kick it off by saying it. 364 days until the Masters.
It's not even accurate.
I just looked it up. That's what it said.
Oh.
Google it. Put how many days
you know
until
what?
the Masters.
Maybe you're right. I guess
Yeah.
it starts a little bit later next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, don't question me on the Masters because you know
I didn't look it up.
it's my freaking brand.
Didn't look it up.
Oh, man. What a time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and get out in front of it. I'm super nasally today, and I apologize. I'm going to do better going forward. I got the Navage loaded up. We're just going to do better in a lot of areas, and the nasal passages, that's one of them.
Do you feel like you're cooking because you're on that
Pseudo?
Let's pull the hair
The
out.
fuck?
There was a Brittany hair was in my hat.
I
Yeah,
had that problem.
you're on that pseudo.
Yes, I am. No, I found out after I was taking like the allergy pill with decongestant like every day for a number of years that it significantly lowers your IQ. So no, yes, while I am juiced up, like jacked up, I feel less intelligent. So you're gonna hear some dumb shit from me.
It lowers your IQ temporarily.
I don't know. Hopefully not
I
long
hope so.
term. Well, because I mean, look, I'm doing this now, so maybe
You do seem pretty stupid today.
I'm on my
Offense.
dumb boy shit.
Okay.
So I hope y'all can pick up the slack on the
I don't
smart
have-
stuff.
Dude, this city is so fucking sick. When it's cold outside, everything shuts down and no one has water.
Right.
When it's warm outside, it's too hot to even like play golf.
Sure.
And then during those other seasons in between those times, it's so bad that you can't even go outside.
You can't
like,
breathe
dude, I
normally.
fucking love it here.
There's
This
about-
is so sick.
There's about 15 days that you can go outside and like be like, you know what, this is pleasant and beautiful, and I don't feel terrible.
Yeah, I saw like a week. I saw like a little break in like the shitty weather in the weather app, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go buy a new chair for our patio so I can sit outside. I can read a book. Maybe I can even watch a movie on the iPad.
Nah.
I get home with it and I put it out there, and I'm like, man, this looks so good. I can just set this up, and it's such a chill sitch back here. And then I sit out there all afternoon. I'm feeling so good about myself. And then for the next week, I just am having an allergy attack that's just punching me in the face
You made the
everywhere I
mistake
go.
of going outside.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you to make take a pledge today? Not a pledge, but an actual pledge.
pledge.
If you do read a book out there, will you take a photo and post it on your story where it's like the book, and so people know that you're reading?
Nothing better.
Make sure you're on at least page like 150.
Yeah, nothing better than somebody posting their book from the beach on page 1. Like,
Take
wow.
me back.
Wow, you did it.
Do you think most people read just they can tell people they read?
I'm gonna call out Flounder because he once on spring break brought A Salty Piece of Land by Jimmy Buffett to the beach. I was like, we're not hanging out. We're on spring break. You're not going to be reading.
That's so Flounder.
It's frat.
I mean, look,
It's frat.
he was in Key West recently, but still. Don't bring your books on
Speaking of
spring break.
keys, Dylan Shivery.
Oh, that's a cocaine ref. That's cool. Hey, I don't mean to yam on y'all, but
He's been to the Masters.
allergies don't really hit me in the springtime. Just in the fall, though, I leak from every hole in my body.
Gross.
Well, not every hole.
Jesus.
That's
The ones-
that's not allergies.
All
dude.
the holes north of my
The fuck's
my
wrong
collar,
with you?
my
Yeah, that's
collarbones.
called pre.
Yeah, no. But like
Every
all these
orifice.
holes, my face holes, my head holes,
Don't call them face holes.
I leak from those in the fall time. But I'm pretty good right now, man. It's
All
pretty
right.
nice. What is it right now? Is it oak?
Don't know.
I
Don't
think
care.
it's oak.
Maybe
Dave?
oak, elm, maybe a little cedar, a lot of mold
A
because
lot
of all
of
the
pollen
rain.
floating around too. I see.
I've gotten to the
That's-
point where
yeah,
it's like,
so-
why, does it matter what it is?
No.
Like, I feel like ass.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Feeling good.
Why'd you yam on us?
I just felt like yamming. Give me the rock. You know, look out below.
Can you explain to everybody? Tell your father what you did. Can you explain to everybody why we are recording about an hour late today?
Yeah, that's on me. Your boy was a very tired boy last night. He had not a wild weekend, but a full one. And I was tired, and so I went to bed and didn't watch Succession, episode 3, episode 3, season 4. And so I had to watch it this morning. And so for that reason, we are a little bit delayed, and that's on me. I'm sorry.
Had it been any other episode from this season, episode 1 or episode 2, I would have been like, yeah, whatever.
Turns out it was a fairly important episode.
Yeah, no spoilers, but it was a trademark episode in the Succession lineage.
It was, influential.
Before we get started today, we've got some major announcements to drop on the TL for you guys. First and foremost, we are right now and always doing a free 14-day trial for new patrons. Head over to patreon.com/circlingbackpodcast to get 2 episodes additionally a week. Tomorrow, we will be doing Touching Based, a conspiracy podcast, where we each pick one conspiracy, we break it down. Some people are saying it's the most informed we sound anytime we actually record a podcast, and I think that's fairly accurate.
Well, it's the only podcast episode we do where we have to like actually do research and read. I don't like to read.
I hope I'm off my dumb boy shit by tomorrow.
We're on that exactly 5 minutes grind on other Tuesdays. And then we're doing listener voicemails every single Thursday. They hit like a Friday, so just know that going in. If you want to leave us a voicemail, hit us at 888-618-4422. Again, 888-618-4422. Get in, get out, be tactical. We got the Randall back in the producing chair, which means something big. It means that if you go to youtube.com/circlingback, you can watch every episode we put out, or at least, every episode Randy's here for. But we're back, baby. Full strength. Power play's over. We endured.
Did you see Randy's shirt today?
No.
I asked him what it was because I didn't know. And he goes, if you have to ask. What did you say?
What is it, Randy? Stand up.
If you have to ask, you probably don't know.
Stand up for
that's
a
how that works. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of asking.
It's a cool shirt. That's all I was asking.
Titans.
Yeah, that's on some nerd shit. I'm not on that wave.
I don't think it's nerd shit, Randy. I think that you have niche interests that we should appreciate.
Dylan's wearing a Dalai Lama t-shirt today.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
Dylan won't stop asking us to suck his tongue in the studio.
I saw that headline 5 minutes before we hit record, and I'm still trying to put the pieces together in my head of what happened.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what happened.
My thing was like seeing the apology from the Dalai Lama, which I didn't know the Dalai Lama had a Twitter account.
Was he hacked?
And the apology does not indicate how bad that video actually looks.
Does he do numbers on Twitter?
I don't know.
No.
Do you think he does? Who do you think does better numbers on Twitter? The Pope or the Dalai Lama? It's got to be the Pope, right?
Pope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After he got that puffy fit off? Shit.
It was fake.
I know.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me.
Did you think all the other presidents? And I know the Pope's not a president, but did you see all the photos of the former presidents wearing the puffy coat too?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They hit him with that same puffy coat.
Okay.
Abe Lincoln hit it the hardest.
Dalai Lama, not our person of the week. Just putting that out there now.
Right.
Surprised he's still alive?
Do you remember when he would sit on the side of the stage at Beastie Boys concerts? Because they were big Free Tibet guys. And you'd look over and there'd be monks and the Dalai Lama just watching the Beastie Boys do Sabotage. That's a thing that happened.
I'm kind of surprised he's still rolling.
Did you?
Yeah.
A little pivot here. Did you guys see Trump's Easter message to everybody?
World War III?
Well, that was after he said "Happy Easter to all."
Oh,
did you
okay.
see it?
I almost followed up my Happy Easter tweet with a World War III tweet, but I decided not to.
It's a big chunk of text. I'm just going to read the first line.
Okay.
Happy Easter to all, including those that dream endlessly of destroying our country because they are incapable of dreaming about anything else. And then he goes on. So that's cool.
How many Bud Lights did you drink over the weekend?
You got a problem with Bud Light?
No, I'm just asking you a question.
I actually did have one yesterday.
Hell yeah. Just a little Masters, little Bud Light.
Yeah, I had one. Went over to my dad's house. He's a domestics guy.
Can I ask you a question? Since I know you didn't watch Succession on time, did you watch any of the Masters?
I did. Quite a bit of it.
Okay. You're going to have to rewatch before too much time.
Where do Kid Rock, Mike Tyson, Donald Trump, and what's his name? Dana.
Dana White.
Dana White. Where do those guys fall in your nightmare or dream blunt rotations?
Ooh, that tweet would have done numbers. Still could do it.
I don't know.
I want anyone out there who thinks about Kid Rock regularly like I do. I want y'all to go back and watch some old interviews of him on some NBC programs from like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago at this point. See how this guy has changed. What a pivot this guy has made. People think that he's always been like what he's doing right now.
He hasn't?
Nah. He is moving like snakes, to quote the goat. Not the goat.
Dude.
Will from Love Island.
I want to know more about this Kim character on Love Island season 3.
I'm so glad that you've started watching Love Island season 3. Can you see early signs as to why I so much enjoy watching Kem from season 3 on the television?
Is he your goat?
How do you spell that?
He is my goat.
K-E-M.
It's a weird
Okay.
name. I don't really know what it's short for or anything, but he's my guy. I still follow him on the Grom, which I can't say for a lot of these other Love Islanders.
When he dropped that line on my head the other night, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
He's just an innocent
Why don't you
boy
just
who's
tell the
only
people-
slept with 28 people.
Tell the line.
So they played Never Have I Ever. And during the game, this girl that he's interested in admitted to sleeping with 2 guys in one night. And he was a little taken aback by this. And so he's having a conversation with another young lady subsequent to that game. And he says, I gotta be honest, I'm like an innocent little boy. I've only slept with like 28 girls. And when I was influenced by Early Bird when I watched this, but I lost my shit when I watched it. I was laughing uncontrollably. The guy is like 23 years old. He's only slept with 28 women. Like he's such an innocent little. He's basically a virgin, if we're being honest.
28. It's rookie
Yeah,
numbers.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
guess I got to watch that season.
And he's ripping a cig too while he's talking about it.
Shout out Cam.
Mhm.
Before we get into today's episode,
What?
let's talk about our friends over at Rowback. Backer 20 for 20% off everything at Rowback. Randy's been sporting some Rowback lately, and he's making me rethink some of these things that we've gotten in lately, thinking like, ooh, I should have taken that.
He hit us with those joggers the other day.
The joggers.
The joggers.
Randy does these joggers a favor.
And like low key, he might need to size up one, but I think he knows what he's doing.
Oh, Randy knows what he's doing.
He's putting it on display, which you have to respect a little bit.
Yeah.
But he looks good in them.
Rowback's got it all. And if you're not shopping at Rowback right now in preparation for summer, you're going to look like a total narp out there on the golf course or
That's
anywhere
true.
else that you are.
That's true.
I enjoy wearing their golf polos to the pool. Get a little splash on there. Dries out immediately. I'm not wearing them in the pool. Don't look at me like I'm wearing them in the pool. If it's a pool day, though, you can wear a moisture wicking
okay.
polo.
I just want to. I
He's
want
not
to
a polo in the pool guy.
Yeah, what?
That would be a weird move. I didn't. I know what you meant. Now I do. So we're good.
The fact that you defaulted to me swimming in a polo shirt is
I
weird.
mean, that's kind of exactly what you said. So
They got joggers. They got QZs. They got hoodies.
Hey,
Rowback.com. Use Backer20.
backer 20.
I'm rocking my washed media Rowback.
It's time for This Weekend in Fun. Recap style. Dylan, start with you. What'd you get into this weekend?
Ooh, thanks for asking. I had quite the weekend. Friday night. Unfortunately, no parks Friday or Saturday. So Friday, Bay stepped out with some friends, and I stayed home and I drank a little wine. I watched Airplane.
Like the movie from your childhood?
Yep.
Your dad's favorite movie.
I watched
Every
Airplane.
dad likes Airplane.
I'm a big Leslie Nielsen guy. Think you know that about me?
No?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah. I watched that.
Pretty classic scenes in that.
And I finished The Last of Us as well.
Ooh.
I finished the first season of The Last of Us, I should say. Good time. Saturday, I went to this birthday party for 2 2-year-olds. It was fun. I'm just kidding. It was a great time.
It was fine.
It was Masters themed. Had some pimento cheese. Had some transfusions. Yucked it up with the squad. It was a fun time, man. It was a good little party. And then Saturday, you're not gonna like this, Dave. Saturday evening, you know what I did?
No, I don't.
I played my Zaw card again. I know I'm supposed to be
You've been excommunicated from the pizza community.
Yeah, Dylan at this point has completely started a different like sector of people who just are completely unhinged.
You're like the sovereign citizens of the pizza world. You cannot be governed.
I went to Flo's Wine Bar for the first time.
Yeah.
Pizza's pretty good.
The pizza looks like the only reason I would show up there at this point because it is the most overrun place in Austin, Texas.
Where's this at?
It's on 35th Street. 38th? 38th Street.
Okay.
Close to me.
And it's just popping?
Yeah, it's a very popular spot.
Is it
It's counter service, by the way. There's no wait staff. You go up to by the way, the way they do it, you order the pizza and where you order your wine or beer. They're two different counters. You got to wait in two different lines to get.
Yeah, I recently had someone also go at 7 p.m. on a Friday night to this place, and they stopped selling pizza because there was too much of a demand.
Well, you don't want to see that.
So I'm going to need this place to take all the money that they're clearly making from all the people that go there every day. I'm going to need them to figure out an online reservation system, and I'm going to need them to hire some wait staff and employ some people in the area.
Okay.
Before I'm all in.
You're still figuring it out, I think.
Dude, all signs point to this place being an absolute mess, even though it looks absolutely delightful.
I think it's going to be your scene once they really dial in how it all the process. Look out!
I've done 2 drive-bys, and both times I've been like,
you shot the place up twice.
Nah, like there's just too much going on at this place.
Did you kill anybody?
Nah. No, there's no. I mean, I'm not going to kill like innocent patrons. Like that's rude.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the patrons out at Augusta.
And all the patrons who pay for our premium content as well.
Did you see the young lady making the rounds who was standing behind Brooks and John Rahm?
What was her deal? What was she laughing about?
I don't know, but there's some people who posted videos, like everybody's obsessed with her.
Green hat?
Green hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a horny obsession that people are
Yes.
having? Oh, see, I was
People
more
are getting
confused as to her reaction. I couldn't tell if she was really excited to be behind those two, like just because, like, holy shit, like I was just standing here and these two just stood in front of me.
Yeah. It worked out for her. Shout out to her family.
I think she owes Patrick Cantlay a little thank you.
Jeez.
And then Sunday I
He's
watched
the new siphon.
Dude, Sam Bennett deserves just as much hatred as Cantlay.
He's slow too.
Dude, before every shot he hit, he looked at the hole 10 times.
That's true.
Not
That
even
is hard
exact.
to
I mean,
watch.
it's ridiculous.
What, Dylan?
Sunday I watched the Masters and had a little Easter dinner at my dad's
Let me
house.
guess, you had pizza?
No, pot roast.
It's different. Okay.
Okay. That's it. Go ahead.
You got high with your dad on Easter.
No. It's a beef dish.
Oh, so you weren't smoking pot.
No.
Oh, you understand the confusion.
Sure.
Yeah.
Little Davy boy?
Friday, we went to an event over at Skinny's Off Track.
I forgot to mention that.
You did.
Yeah,
I
what's your
did.
problem, dude?
Shout out to our new friends at Clubby's for their beverages and for having us. Went there and honestly laid low until the birthday party the next day, 4:00 the next day, that is, where I had 2.5 transfusions. And yeah, that did it. That was it. Went home, immediately took an early bird. Was in bed fairly early after the UFC card ended, like 11:45. So I guess that's not early at all, actually. I take that back. Anyway,
Dude, the style bender?
dude, save that take for too much dip. But yeah, style bender. Did you watch?
He bends style.
Yeah, he doesn't get it. Randy gets it. Randy understands the anime guy stuff. I had a good time. Had a good time at the party. Shout out to Fritz and Bane for their respective birthdays. Sunday, man, after an all-time bad viewing experience on Saturday for the Masters, Sunday was delightful. Woke up. As soon as I woke up, the guys were already on the course. Rolled right into that. Had to battle with my son over TV. Wanted to watch Mickey Mouse. I was like, it's the Masters. And I was like, I'll just go to the back. So he won.
Wow.
He won. I went to the back.
Hey, there's a new alpha in that house.
He's been the alpha. He kind of runs things. We did a real. So he had an Easter egg hunt when we were back home with my parents last weekend. We did Easter with them then. So we did kind of a half-ass Easter egg hunt, meaning we just hid in quotes in our front yard, and they were very easy to find. He found them very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was delightful. Watch Succession. Let that sink in. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, it was very much a low key weekend. We did Yagi's Pizza Friday.
Yep. Yagi's.
That's a blast from the past. That used to be the
Jesus.
Grand X special.
I used to fuck with Yagi's.
It's a good New York slice. I'm not saying it's home slice, but it is a adequate New York style pizza.
I once had someone who was a I don't know what they were at that time. Maybe an intern, maybe a part-time employee at Grand X who said, and I don't want to expose them by saying this, but they essentially said, "Yeah, I kind of think the company's not doing that well because we just had Yagi's for our catered lunch today."
Wonder who that was.
Everybody liked it. Most people.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't know Yagi's had that stank on it.
He wasn't around for the. I don't remember what that place that would cater. The fact that we still did it, honestly, is shocking. But like toward the end there, it was just kind of like cafeteria food, which is hey, we were thankful for the lunch, but
Yeah,
I liked Yagi's.
yeah, we can't bite the hand that feeds.
No,
but we
you
can talk
can't.
shit about them retroactively.
You could have just done a tray full of Schlotsky sandwiches, so we could have lunched and learned at the same time.
That time for my birthday, I had breakfast delivered for everybody. I went off. Y'all were so excited. Remember
Damn,
that?
you got to choose?
On your birthday, you got to pick. Or maybe you didn't.
Oh,
get
I
to, 'cause no one
definitely
liked
never
you.
got to pick.
I don't think
Dude, I didn't even get birthday emails.
I'm asked that Brecky button.
One year, no one even sent a birthday email about me. That hurt.
Yeah.
T-Man likes to remind people when they sent out an email on mine and like nobody responded, and I replied all. I forgot this happened. I just said thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. There was a time where you were going to get a fire GIF.
I got tired of those things after a while. I think we all
They
did.
got old. It did.
My first day working at the company was a day when someone had a birthday, and the amount of emails that came through with dumb GIFs wishing someone a happy birthday, all I could think was like, dude, this is too much. I don't care, but
A lot of dumb gifts too in that. I remember. Sorry.
it just depends on how
Yeah.
how you look at it.
Right.
You're kind of the Patrick Cantlay of this show right now. You're just stunting momentum.
I don't know, man.
He siphoned Hove's momentum. He's the new siphon. I'm sorry, Will.
Dude, that's fine. Cantlay, you stink, baby.
Boom.
I had a very similar weekend. I had a family member in town, my cousin Dana. She dips her toe into being a backer. I wouldn't say she's a total backer.
She's
She
lovely.
dips her toe into being a backer. I grew up with her. I've been close with her forever, and so when she comes into town, I kind of drop everything to make sure that we're hanging. We hit the hottest new restaurant in town, Bartlett's, for dinner on Friday. You know your boy went with that. I did something crazy. I played my meat card.
Oh,
Ooh.
Dave plays his meat card twice a day.
Really?
If you know what I'm saying.
On a good week,
Well,
yeah.
I ended up getting a steak sandwich. It was very delightful. I did get a side of horseradish for that steak sandwich. I did not go loaded baked potato, Dave. I know that's a miss from me, but based on the heavy apps that we had, it didn't make sense for me to have to upgrade those French fries with my sandwich to a loaded baked
That's
potato.
fine. Did you get it Scotty style?
I thought about getting the sandwich Scotty style, but it was still unclear what that actually means. So it was hard.
Last question. Did the horseradish, did it hit?
It did.
Was it like a put down the sandwich for a second, like, and just recover?
I'm a horseradish veteran, so it takes a lot of horseradish for me to get
Ooh.
blown away. But this one I had to take a couple breathers in between.
Love that.
Yeah. And I got home on Friday. I was a little buzzed after 2 glasses of cab, and I had 2 giant boxes waiting for me at home. You know what those boxes were? New
No.
record player and some speakers.
Oh,
I thought you were going to
shit.
jump right into an ad read, honestly.
No, so much to the chagrin of my wife, I decided to bust that stuff out around 10 p.m. and give it a little test run while she was sleeping. Didn't go over great, but it sounded great. Sounded real nice. I understand the hype now, and so I'm very excited to go down that journey. I have a question regarding the party on Saturday for my son.
Okay.
How are the transfusions?
Very good.
How do you guys make your own
I
transfusions at
do-
home? Because this became a very polarizing thing.
I don't, and honestly, I'm not even sure what exactly is in a transfusion. so-
Dave, how do you make? What's on your ingredient list for a transfusion?
So I will typically, I don't make them often, but like the ideal transfusion is made. You see it on the golf course. So they might do it with Welch's grape juice. There's obviously lime, vodka, ice,
Dude, okay.
soda water.
Your answer right there is what I needed to know. Okay.
But I have to say, I do prefer it with a sugar-free Gatorade
Okay.
in lieu of grape juice.
I thought I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's the golf courses I've played. Maybe it's just my inexperience with transfusions overall. I thought they were always made with purple Gatorade. I thought that's what they were made with. I thought that was intentional because it's already got like enough sweetness from the ginger ale, stuff like that. And so I told Sally to go get purple Gatorade. Well, suddenly everyone
All hell broke
weighed
loose.
in, and like I just was getting burnt at the stake.
So, what were they saying?
That Welch's grape juice is what
Okay.
you're supposed to do it with. I truly only thought it was Gatorade play.
Is it soda water or is it ginger ale?
Ginger ale.
It's ginger ale. I
Ginger
said soda
ale?
water. It's ginger ale. Yeah.
Man,
That's a high shug.
Are you Verner's or Canada
A
Dry?
lot of shug.
I
Dave.
think for this you go Canada Dry. Werner's might have a little too much bite.
You hear what I said? It's a lot of sugar.
That's what I said.
Yeah, we
too.
don't care. You had pizza 6 days last week.
But it was one of those moments where,
silent
like,
killer.
it was like the Mandela effect. Like, everything I knew up to that point was proven wrong, and everyone else made me feel like I was the dumbest person in the world. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're going with Welch's grape juice now.
Yeah, I think the Gatorade thing, that was the first time I ever had a transfusion was on the golf course. And the young lady did not have grape juice, so we made it with that. And I thought it was really good, and I didn't have the added sugar. Silent killer. So I don't know, but they were good. I mean, no, yours, I mean, I would not have had 2.5.
I had two.
I had 0. To be honest, I protested the transfusions after Transfusion Gate.
They were tasty.
I went with the Miller Lights in the cooler that no one knew existed around the corner.
I had a beer too, and I had a little rosé. I kind of got into one.
Yeah, be careful, dog.
Yeah.
I hate that I had to blow up that entire case of Bud Light that I was going to bring over. I had some Tannerite and some high-powered rifles that I just decided to blow it up.
You did it at your home?
And then I videoed
in
it.
Austin?
I put it on the internet because that's how mad I was. Freaking pissed. First Yeti, now these guys. Yeti people were blowing up their Yeti coolers like 6 years ago.
I thought
And
you
it was
couldn't do that because like they were like indestructible.
Did they do
Turns out the right amount of C4 or Tannerite will do it. The trick.
they're bear proof?
They are bear proof.
Man, you know the reason I don't drink Bud Light? Because it tastes like fucking piss.
Oh,
I will take Miller Light and Coors Light over Bud Light
I
anyway.
think-
Just
I
on
would
too.
taste.
I would too.
On taste alone.
As far as like Bud Light's taste for me is not what Miller Light is.
The people pulling up how many different beverages are actually owned by that company. It's pretty funny. It's like, oh, you got to stop drinking all of this stuff too.
It's really a lot of people are scrambling to figure
Yeah.
out what they can't drink right now.
Then the ones who switch from Bud Light to Coors Light, then they like, hold on. They've actually they've done a lot of campaigns similar to the one Bud Light did. So what's left, buddy?
The mountains are blue.
It's true.
We should get they should just do a Vortex bottle and hope that people just forget about everything.
That should
That'll
be the
bring
answer.
I mean,
everybody
actually,
back.
I kind of hope no one forgets what's happening right now.
That'll bring everybody back.
You can drink it
Dude,
quicker.
there's all these snowflakes out there that are just getting offended by everything, just blowing up their Bud Light.
Man.
Dude, I actually took my case of Bud Light and I strapped it to a rocket and I sent it to the moon.
That had to be a pretty expensive venture.
Yeah, but luckily I've got money. And thanks to
Okay.
rocket money,
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt more comfortable about my finances than I do right now. You guys ever like check your bank account and you're like, "Wait, dude, am I a little lower than I should be?" Maybe it's because I don't know, you got some subscriptions that you forgot about. Maybe you need something that can cancel a subscription for you that was otherwise tricky or time consuming. Well, I've got some news for you. Rocket Money is here to help. You can even try it free for 30 days. And then I love Rocket Money. So here's what Rocket Money does. Rocket Money will look at your bank account. You log into everything. From there, it does an analysis of all of your finances and it says, hey, here are all your recurring payments. And this isn't just like recent stuff. This goes way back. And it gives you a list of them and you can look at them and you can say, yeah, I still pay for that. I still want to pay for that. Or you can go in and say, you know what? I want to cancel this. I want to get rid of this.
I was recently looking through my subscriptions and noticed that there was a newspaper that I was paying more than I'd like to pay, and I wasn't really reading it, so I
Is it
canceled
the failing New York Times?
It was not the failing New York Times. I won't name them because I support journalism, but I used Rocket Money to cancel it. It was easy. Just click of a button.
A lot of people don't know how much their subscriptions really cost, and most Americans think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions, but the actual number is actually closer to $200. That's a lot more than $80, I'll tell you that much. And if you don't know exactly how much you're spending every month, you need Rocket Money. Rising prices, they can stress people out, but Rocket Money is the personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you're one of them. Maybe like the Stars app with a Z. You're probably paying for that.
I might be.
You're probably still paying for that Cinemax app that you got that one night.
You mean Skinamax?
You told me you canceled your OnlyFans.
You might even have a free gaming trial that you did that you had no clue that your son just signed you up for using the controller. Who knows?
Y'all can back out of my finances whenever you want, by the way.
Don't tell me to. I'll back into your parking spot, dude. Watch out.
He will do it, dude.
So disrespectful.
He will do it.
Rocket Money helps you manage all your finances in one place and automatically categorize your expenses so you can easily track your budget in real time and also get alerted if anything looks off. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 a year. Stop throwing money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/circling. That's rocketmoney.com/circling. Again, rocketmoney.com/circling.
You guys
what?
Sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
was going to say, you guys watched this Succession episode?
Yeah, twice, actually, because I had to watch it with you.
Actually, we did twice.
Man.
You know, a lot of people, they come to our podcast for the kind of the business side breakdown of Succession, I'd say. But I think today we kind of have to make things a little more personal based on what happened in last night's episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put my hand up. It was a long weekend of social activities, of doing things, of just generally being engaged with a lot of people. And last night, I completely forgot it was even on. Around 9:15, as an episode of The Challenge was winding down, Sally looked at me and she goes, "We're just not doing Succession tonight?"
Ooh.
I was like, "Oh shit, you got to toss that on."
Yeah, Alyssa walked in and I was rewatching The Masters start to finish because I fucking love The Masters. She's like, "We gonna do Succession?" I was like, "Yeah, babe, after I see who won." She's like, "You watched this earlier." I was like, "Yeah, but you got to really let it sink in."
I don't believe that happened.
That's how much I love it.
Yeah, I just watched it.
Yeah, I
we
watched
know
it
we were
with you.
So the show itself is about who will take over the company once the father either retires or passes away.
The patriarch of the family.
And last night,
Should we tell people to skip ahead? Did you already do that part?
if you're listening to a podcast that's talking about an episode of Succession that happened last night and you haven't already skipped ahead, you might want to do that.
Yeah, give us, 10 minutes maybe?
Just go to the episode description and look at when we start our next segment.
That's a better idea.
And in 3, 2, 1, spoiler time, Logan died last night.
He gone.
Thoughts,
Did not see that
immediate
coming.
reactions.
Let me ask you all this question. How far into that whole storyline how long did it take for you to believe that he was actually dying?
Zero time at all for me
Very
because
quickly.
I saw a tweet from DJ Bean and
Oh.
credit to DJ. No spoilers in this tweet, but I knew that something of gravity happened because he said that he is glad that he waited to take his edible until after the episode instead of before the episode, which told me something fucked up happened.
Yeah, I knew it was real pretty early on. I don't know, just something about the way Tom was delivering the message. He was like shook.
Tom's always a little shook, but he was extra shook last night.
He was.
It was an interesting way of it to happen. Kind of out of nowhere during an episode that you're mentally set up to see something else monumental happen, which would be a wedding.
It felt so real. Like it was an extremely well acted episode, but the way it all transpired, it felt like I don't know. It's just like that's exactly how all those conversations would happen, I think, in a situation like that.
I had one issue with how things transpired. If this happens and Connor is talking to the nice young lady about the cake situation, don't you immediately just grab him and drag him into the other room instead of take 2 steps away from the cake lady and then be like, hey,
Maybe.
by the way, we got some news for you.
Yeah. I think my biggest takeaway is how like genuinely sad all the kids were.
Yeah.
That their tyrant, terrible, awful father passed away. And like they didn't have good relationships with him at all. None of them did. And they were all like extremely upset still.
I kind of thought that this I originally thought that this would happen way sooner in the series than it did. And I got to the point where I didn't think it was going to happen at all.
Even in season 1, his health was very much called into question.
First episode.
I
thought the first episode also featured Roman having an entire family. Do you guys remember this? Roman had an entire family in the first episode of Succession. That family is no longer in the show at all.
And not even like referenced at all.
Correct. He's sending dick pics to Jerry.
Weird.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I accidentally hit play on season 1, episode 1 the other day when I was trying to start season 4. Yeah, it starts with Logan pissing in a closet or something because he's like so disoriented.
I did the same thing the other day.
Did you?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, he's been like kind of old all along.
Yeah, it seemed like something that was going to happen at the end of season 1, and like now that they've done this, I'm like, okay, I kind of get why it's going to be 4 seasons now. We're going to get an actual answer at the end of this because there's no choice but to allow this to happen.
Yeah, the power vacuum. I told Alyssa before the season, and this is me patting myself on the back, as I do often, I thought he would die this season. Did not see it coming last night because I knew that like we could see like the power vacuum that happens afterward would be insane television and a great way to end the show. That being said, it took me a couple minutes last night because like they weren't showing Logan necessarily. You could see someone performing chest compressions, but you couldn't see him. They eventually did show him with his shirt off getting worked on. But I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, wait, is this some kind of play to get them to agree to? And then I was like, there's no way.
No.
That would be so ridiculous.
This is a 10 episode season, by the way. We got 7 left.
Good.
A lot of Skarsgård
Good.
coming up.
I thought Logan was an incredible character. I thought he was really good, and I thought that like he did such a good job owning the character that he needed to own, being the fearful leader, being this guy who does not care about anything other than the bottom line. Like he was incredible. But in order to get some juice this season, him dying was kind of what needed to happen. Like it's been the last 2 seasons have really largely been very much the exact same plot. Now we actually have a major plot twist. That's not just another company coming in or another person, blah, blah, blah. I'm very excited about the rest of the season.
How about his last order of business before passing away was having Jerry fired?
And Jerry's not fired anymore, right?
I
don't think
if
so.
I'm Roman, I'm like, hey, can we ixnay that
I don't really
conversation?
The only ones who know that happened are Tom and obviously Roman.
And Jerry.
Right.
Jerry.
I think they just like pretend it didn't happen at this point.
I think Jerry went to the plastic surgeon that Martha Stewart went to. And I mean this in the most positive ways possible.
She looks good.
Golden years, baby.
Did she get that ass done?
Yeah. I've been wondering that. Did Jerry get a Brazilian butt lift?
Probably not.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. Thought you knew something.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get a little H about Jerry.
Well, so this episode was titled Connor's Wedding. Can you compare and contrast it with the famous Game of Thrones Red Wedding?
I'm glad you brought this up. Like a lot of people don't realize that when it comes to, HBO, like big things happen pretty much anytime there's a wedding. It could be Connor's wedding. It could be the Red Wedding. Could be a Dothraki wedding.
Right?
What about the Red Wedding stood out to you the most, Will?
I think it was just the color red like was just so prominent. and,
Interesting
like,
choice for a wedding dress, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and like for sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Good. That's good, man.
I mean, this kind of reminds me of a Dothraki wedding, you know, because like bodies are just hitting the floor, you know.
Well, you don't know it's a real Dothraki wedding until at least 3 people die.
It's true. And there's some people very openly having intercourse like 2 feet away.
Well, that's at every wedding I've
Like,
been
you guys
to.
are just doing some fucking there, huh?
Yeah.
Is it
That's what
gonna
they're
come
saying.
out? Is it gonna come out that Roman was in cahoots with Pops at this point?
I think it has to.
I think it has to.
It already kind of slipped, not slipped, but like
He's not really in cahoots.
He was in cahoots.
he was
He's
gonna
like-
leave.
He was doing his dirty work.
He gets like bullied into it though.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he can't say no to his old man when he tells him to do something. He
oh,
doesn't
I don't.
do it.
I don't think it's bad that he was in cahoots, but I don't think that Shiv and Logan. No, I'm sorry. Shiv and Kendall really knew. I'm
Yeah,
not
but-
blaming the guy for like if his dad tells him to do some dirty work. Like my dad fucks me over for 2 decades and then tells me to do some dirty work. I'm still doing that dirty work.
He psychologically owns everybody. Even if they're his enemy, he's still just like Roman, like they're working against each other. And still he's like, hey, you're gonna do this for me, right? He can't say no. He's so alpha, it's ridiculous.
Roman's also the youngest, so he's probably the most affected by this. I feel like
He seems to be.
yeah, I was gonna ask who you thought of the 4 kids, who is most and who is least affected,
Least
like
Connor.
genuinely affected.
Least is Connor, most is Roman, probably.
Yeah,
He refused to acknowledge that his dad had passed away.
Yeah, he was in denial. Shiv was very, very upset.
So was Kendall.
I thought Shiv's acting job last night was choice.
I thought everyone crushed it.
I thought everyone crushed
it was
it.
a very impressive
She stood out
episode.
to me as being. I was just like, man, you look.
That's why I said it felt so real. Everyone just like it seemed like those were genuine reactions when you find out news like that, and it took us through like the whole process. It was wild.
what kind of service does one get at, let's say, 20,000, 30,000 feet?
I think you're working off Wi-Fi at that point, Dave.
But is that enough to have a conversation?
Sure.
I've never look, NF confession, I've never had a phone conversation at that height.
Remember when
I just assume that private jets have a different
Probably.
way of communicating.
That's
they go off-
probably
they have Wi-Fi. Remember when planes used to have the phones in the back of the seat, and it was like $20 for a minute or something?
Yeah, I used to call your girl.
You did?
And she'd pay for it. She was like, "Here, I'll Venmo you."
Is that how
$100,
people
let's
called
talk."
their families during 9/11?
Yeah. I mean, cell phones were a thing, but not everyone had them. And even then, like
So everyone was just swiping their credit card.
people were
It's
texting
crazy.
too, though.
They were. Yeah, I guess they were. Yeah, crazy. Phones on a plane.
Have
What would
I
you
been
do
on
if you were
that
just trying
plane?
to vibe out and like watch a movie and then like some dude next to you is just fucking
He's about to do a Wahlberg thing.
what's up?
I was just saying, had I been on that plane,
What would
there's
happen?
no way. There's no way it would have gone down
Uh-huh.
like that. Like
Uh-huh.
I would have like single-handedly stopped it. And then after I stopped that one, I would have gone on to like the next plane. And then after that,
You would have stopped both.
the
of them?
other one. And then I would have just stopped. Yeah, I would have just stopped all the shithousery that was going down.
Did y'all see that video going around the other day of what it was like to be in high school in 2002? I think Dylan brought it up on the podcast. One, that was not 2002. I think
you
that,
sure?
Dude, I think that was earlier. I think that was
I don't
earlier.
know, man.
Another thing, I saw a quote tweet and somebody was just like, "Oh man, like I think the millennial generations had it so good. They had Blink-182 records, blah blah blah. They didn't have to worry about shit." And then somebody just responded, they're like, "Yeah, we saw planes hit the Twin Towers in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't all been
Yeah,
fucking
it
gravy
wasn't
for
all-
us,
Yeah, that video made me feel pretty old.
dude." I think that video's older than what the actual
yeah,
thing said.
glaring lack of puka shell necklaces on the dudes.
A lot of swagless dudes in that video. A lot of swagless dudes. Does Connor end up getting married?
Yes.
Yeah, they showed it
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
When?
A
Did I
small
miss this?
ceremony.
in the final few minutes. They showed it for probably a 30-second little. It was like they had the ceremony
Oh,
with like
I totally
with
zoned
like
out.
7 people out watching it. It was
I'm an
you're
idiot.
just kinda sad.
Processing, bro.
I'm stupid. Good for him. That was a sad scene when he asked if she was only with him for the money, and she didn't immediately say no.
She said, "Kinda."
Security.
Well, but yeah, I mean, obviously, the guy's a mess.
She could
I
be
wonder what
first
he's-
lady one day.
What do you think he's polling at right now?
1%.
There's no way he's getting that 1%.
His dad dying might help him.
You think there's a bump?
Dylan always thinks there's a bump.
Okay,
Okay,
that's good.
we're not doing that.
Again,
A pity bump.
I'm sure you'd love a pity bump right now.
Oh,
what'd that stock price do?
Not good.
fell, dog. Plummeted.
I did like the people that were like casually like, all right, he's in there. He's not coming back. We got to start thinking damage control. How do we, the PR spin, everything.
Interesting that the press was already waiting for him at the airport because they followed the tail number.
Yeah, flight tracker.
Yeah, I thought that was a little ridiculous, but then I started thinking about it. Like, if Rupert Murdoch died today, people would be all over that kind of shit. You know what I mean? When you're that big of a name, people are going to be like, people look at that kind of thing.
It's Murdoch. Rupert. Sorry. I'm done with this.
You need to back off the Sudafed, dog.
I can't. I'm addicted.
Let's hear from our friends over at Shady Rays. What's worse than buying a pair of expensive sunglasses, losing them right after you get them, breaking them? Nah, that's not for me. Not since I got Shady Rays. Shady Rays makes high-quality sunglasses that are just as good, or in our opinion, even better than the expensive ones, and Shady Rays are a fraction of the price. These things are durable. They're built to last all of life's outdoor adventures. Their styles are timeless and on point. They just make you look good. Plus, all Shady Rays have polarized lenses from crystal clear vision and strong sun protection. That's the real test of a good pair of sunglasses. It always hits different when they're polarized. When you look into the water and you can just see a whole different landscape down there.
It's true. It's kind of wild.
You're a big fisherman. You love
See,
some polarized.
it
Oh, no, wait,
eliminates-
you can't touch fish.
Eliminates glare.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
big.
mean?
It's big. Shady Rays isn't happy unless you're happy, and that's why they give you 30 days to try them. And if you don't like them, you can exchange or return them for free. And you don't have to worry about losing or breaking your Shady Rays ever. Every single one of them is backed by their industry-leading lost and broken replacements program. So if you break or lose a pair, the second you take them out of the box, they'll even send you a replacement pair. No questions asked. With every order, Shady Rays Impact Program works with nonprofits worldwide to make an impact on the lives of children and young adults, like building play sets for pediatric cancer patients and creating adventures for young adults with cancer and MS. You and Shady Rays are making an impact together. One thing I hate doing is overspending on sunglasses because I have been known to lose them. I have been known to sit on them. I have been known to have to jump in the water and try to find them at the bottom of a lake every once in a while. But with Shady Rays, you don't have to worry about that at all. What's better than getting one pair of Shady Rays and not worrying if you break or lose them? Getting two. Go to shadyrays.com/steam and use code STEAM for a limited time. When you buy a pair of Shady Rays, you'll get a second pair free. That's shadyrays.com/steam, code STEAM, to get a second pair of Shady Rays free. shadyrays.com/steam, code STEAM.
You talking Jimmy Webb today?
First, I got a question for D.
Oh yeah, I skipped ahead, didn't I?
Did you do something out of line, my dude? Not that kind of line, Dylan.
Stop.
Let me ask you a question. Was I out of line driving to Fritz's birthday party to suggest or ask, not even a suggestion? I asked, there was two people in my car. One was a baby. The other was my wife. I asked someone, because we were talking about Taylor Swift, and then we started talking about ACL. And I was like, would she ever do ACL? And my wife, she kind of gave me the look like, you're insane.
Too big?
She says she's way too big for that. And I said, well, hold on. We saw Paul McCartney, Jay-Z,
Drake?
Metallica, Drake.
We saw Drake during like Drake years.
She was like, she's too big. She's bigger than all of them. I was like, okay, I don't know about records sold. I'm sure she will. If she's not, she'll be the most prolific artist ever. That being said, I'm like, I don't think that would be looked at as like a step back in her career to do ACL. Like, if anything, it'd be, first of all, that would be an absolute shit show getting in and out of Taylor Swift at ACL. And that's not a rumor at all. That was just, we were talking about ACL lineup and like when they were going to drop it. And I just threw the Taylor Swift thing in there. But my argument was like, well, Metallica is like, in like the hard rock genre, Metallica is like the biggest band ever. And they did it. Now, granted, they did it like on the back end. They're in their 50s now. So they're not like, they're probably maybe even in their 60s. Whereas Taylor Swift's what, 33? Very much in her.
I think she's 22.
So I was just like, she got a little upset with me for suggesting that.
She got upset with you?
Not upset, but she was just like,
how dare you?
basically like, are you kidding? Is you shitting me? She's
Taylor
like,
Swift in a Super Bowl.
You know what? I think she might be right.
I think that
Like,
as it currently stands, the landscape of everything right now, I think Alyssa is right that Taylor Swift is too big right now, but that's because she's selling out stadiums left and right. That being said, I don't think it's crazy to think that down the line, in the next, I'm not even saying down the line like, 15 years when she's going off into the sunset and maybe doing less. Like in the next 5 years, I could easily see her being like, I'm going to have some fun this summer and do this, now, especially now that she's single.
yeah, I think Alyssa might be right. But I don't think it's like your proposal was so egregious. If she is too big to do ACL, who else is on that list of being too big to do a festival like that?
Beyonce.
Harry Styles?
No, Harry Styles, I think, could do it.
I don't know, man.
You know what? Want to know my issue with Harry Styles?
He's a heartthrob.
I don't care. My issue with Harry Styles, and I'm sure there are Harry Styles fans out there who will disagree with this.
Bieber.
Our man's catalog is weak compared to every other person that could be on the level that we're talking about right now.
He was at the
Beyonce's got
Masters.
albums. Taylor Swift, albums, all hits. Harry Styles has what? His One Direction shit and Harry's House?
Ooh.
He's done some shit between those two.
I mean,
Not gas enough to be on my radar.
I didn't think we were going to go there today, but we're going there.
He's been on mine for a minute.
He's not too big. He's not too big to headline a festival. I don't know if it's ACL, but I could easily see him doing Coachella or something like that.
Is Bieber on that level with Swift?
I don't. Based on the concert that I saw with Bieber versus what I saw with Taylor Swift, those two are further apart than I realized. Bieber being not as.
Is Taylor Swift the most popular musician in the world right now?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, she is. She pretty much broke Ticketmaster.
Dude, she never goes out of style.
Her entire album from last time pretty much was on every chart. Like, I don't see a bigger person right now that could release something that moves the needle like her.
Octobes.
Oh, it's gonna be a cruel summer waiting on that.
Wow.
It's gonna be hot. You know that.
Don't I ever, David?
Who else is too big? Like we saw Jay-Z. Like if Jay-Z's doing ACL, like they've got some pull.
That was
some heavy hitters,
I pulled that out too because arguably, not saying the greatest of all time, but the most prolific hip hop artist.
But he is past his most popular era.
For sure. That's a great point. That you can't have this conversation, this very very pointless conversation that we had in the car. Without bringing that up, because that is facts.
What did Rhodes say about it?
Yeah, what's Rhodes' thoughts?
He was back there just saying like bacon.
Okay.
He figured out how to say bacon or something. So he
Bacon's
likes
good.
bacon.
All right, Harry had a self-titled album, Harry Styles, in 2017. In 2019, he released Fine Line. And then Harry's House is 2022. Fine Line, is that your faith?
We're not. Nah.
I'm just asking. I know in 2019 you were going through a pop stage. Like, what's your problem? Maybe I'm not familiar with his game and maybe I'm not giving him credit, but doing a 6-night residency in Austin does not compare to selling out Cowboy Stadium 3 nights in a row. Those are different.
Yeah.
They're not on different waves. They're in different oceans. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah, in retrospect, I maybe shouldn't have suggested that.
No, I think it's a valid suggestion.
Ooh.
It just feels like it's delicate.
Sign of the Times from his 2017 album is really a really good song.
So because he has got one really good song.
It's been streamed 1.2 billion times on Spotify.
Half of that's you.
Half of that's me.
Yeah.
After we were done with this conversation, I was like, is it cool that I said all that?
Are you still just shoehorning in lyrics?
You got to forgive me. I'm sneaky in my lover era right
I know,
now.
dude. You need to calm down.
Is that another one
Jeez.
that I missed?
Dude, Dave's just tugging us along right now for the ride. He's on one.
You're on
Dave's
my
always tugging himself.
yeah, champagne problems, right?
Dude, he's got us on an invisible string.
I don't.
Are you ready for it? The next segment, that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We talking Jimmy Webb yet?
No,
We gotta talk about our friends over at FitBod first. We mess with FitBod because, like, who doesn't like a FitBod? You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
I do prefer a fit bod.
I clearly work out.
We're in Q2 now. How's everyone's New Year's resolution going? Pretty good. Probably a lot of you fell off.
Ooh.
A lot of you were like, "Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get in shape." Well, hey, if you've fallen off a little bit, that's okay. That's okay. We're not here to shame you. Instead, we're here to give you an alternative that might make it easier. If you're looking to take your workout to the next level, please go check out our friends over at FitBod. The FitBod app creates a workout program that's personalized to your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. It learns from your previous workouts and adapts as you improve. It makes the perfect companion to help you crush your fitness goals this summer. So start making progress toward your fitness goals today with 25% off of a FitBod subscription. All you have to do is just pick a fitness goal, select your equipment, and they will create a custom workout program for you. Whether you've been missing the gym time or you hit a plateau, they'll make an individualized plan for you. Like, you can take what I say as, you can take that and say, like, well, like, you're not the most in shape person ever. I'm not in shape. But guess what? A lot of really in shape people that I know use this app. And I know that because I've talked to them about it.
This app is really well done. You enter in what your goals are and your workout environment, and it tailors workout specifically for what you want to do and where you're working out. Maybe you don't have access to a full gym. Maybe you're doing home workouts. Maybe you got the bands at home. It's great.
I like to use it. I like to, if I'm on the, you know what? I've done it in a hotel room. The workout, that is.
You did have to
maybe other
yeah,
stuff
we
too.
knew what you were talking about.
We're
Like,
still doing FitBod.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great. You don't need all the gym. You could do an entire body weight one, like you said, and that's good. Sometimes you got to confuse your muscles. Those fibers, they're not going to confuse themselves.
Whether you work out in a weight room or your living room, FitBod has you covered. Learn new movements the right way with over 1,400 demonstration videos. A full year of FitBod, it's going to cost you less than a single session of personal training.
Oof.
There's no better time to level up your fitness habit. Try FitBod today. Get 25% off your subscription and try the app for free at fitbod.me/steam. That's FITBOD.me/steam. I don't know where the button is for the spacebar theme song. Do you want me to just guess on one and see?
How about you just try to recreate it with your mouth?
Easy, Dalai Lama.
That's good enough for me.
Dude, I didn't even know
That
my mouth
actually
could
worked.
make that noise. That was incredible.
Yeah.
I just did that perfectly.
The James Webb Telescope has taken a stunning image of Uranus that showcases 11 of the planet's 13 rings. Dylan,
Yeah.
did you see this?
I did. I
And
did.
it's taking pictures of Uranus.
It's a beautiful picture of Uranus too. Have you guys seen it? It's got the whole ring situation.
Really? I thought it looked more like a balloon.
I didn't know Uranus looked like that.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting.
Did they have to bend over to get that photo?
It's a planet. It's a planet out in our solar system.
Is this shit even real?
David, stop doubting Jimmy Webb.
Dude, I'll be honest. There's never been a time in my life where I've doubted Jimmy Webb more than I do right now.
Dude, I watched 60 Minutes last night.
He's a Jimmy Webb doubter.
I watched 60 Minutes
love it.
last night.
Dude, AI.
They did a whole seggy on Jimmy Webb.
Oh, I know. They also did a segment on
Incredible
Cristiano
it is.
Ronaldo.
Why you
How'd that
trying?
go?
This isn't about footy. This is about
How's
Jimmy
your?
Webb.
How did Leslie Stahl do it? Did she ask like real like lob questions to Jim Webb himself?
Yeah, she asked the telescope questions, but weirdly it didn't answer her.
If this telescope could see back in time, I don't think it's that crazy to wonder if it could speak to you.
It's true.
The things that we're seeing out in our universe are just unprecedented for one. And two, just, oh my gosh.
What's up? Okay, there's a lot going on in space right now.
That's true. That's
Big facts.
They're slingshotting people around the moon. We got Jimmy Webb going to Uranus.
They should send Kim up into space.
Jimmy Webb
Slingshot
didn't go to Uranus.
What?
It just took images. What did Dave just say?
Yeah, I forget that it's a telescope and not like a satellite.
Yeah, it's just orbiting right now
So where's this telescope located?
on the other side of the sun.
Dang,
What?
that's crazy far. That's mad far, yo.
Pretty sure.
So is it on a satellite?
Personally, for me, I want to soak up the sun.
I want to show in the sun. Okay.
Did you see about that giant black hole
The
pointing right at us?
The James Webb Space Telescope is not in orbit around the Earth like the Hubble Space Telescope is. It actually orbits the sun 1.5 million kilometers, which is about 1 million miles, away from the Earth at what is called the second largest point, or L2 for short. It orbits the sun.
I kind of hope a solar flare takes it out.
Uses the gravity of... We're finding things out about our universe at a wild clip that's never before been done. And you're over here just like, oh, fuck this shit.
Are we sure that like
That's not how
NASA's
he
not just
sounds.
leveraging AI tools in order to make us think that we're doing
See,
special things?
that's the question. that
How many people?
are-
I want to see some reports from NASA and see how many people that work for NASA have bought a Lamborghini in the last few months. That would be telling.
Because they've leveraged AI.
Do you think it's going to be like that when in Goodfellas after they do the heist at the airport and like they show up and they like the Christmas party and like everybody's got like their wives' fur coats and like somebody's got like the new whip out and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Yeah, this is their drug dealer movie moment when they fly too close to the sun and Frank decides to wear a mink jacket to the opera.
Hey,
And everyone realizes like, oh, this guy's a fucking drug dealer.
hey, maybe you shouldn't have bought the Bentley truck, Rupert.
This was supposed to be about Uranus, and you guys are just doing jokes.
Usually you have to go to OnlyFans for that. You can't just get it from like, Google.
Who named that planet? Like, what were they thinking?
It's not even better when you try to G-rate it and call it Uranus.
It sounds dirtier.
It sounds grosser.
Uranus. What? Say it, Dave.
Huh? What are we going to do about this ocean underneath the
Which
Earth's
one
crust?
of them? Like the 11?
The fifth ocean, they're calling it. What are we going to do about it? No, not that.
Teach me about it. Like I don't know anything.
Well, it turns out there's a huge supply of water 400 miles underground stored in rock known as ringwoodite.
Where is it?
Sounds Australian.
Where is it?
Oh. Ringwoodite.
Where is it?
Well, here's the thing, Dylan. Scientists previously discovered that water is stored inside mantle rock in a sponge-like state, which isn't liquid, solid, or gas, but instead a fourth state. That's wild. This paper titled Dehydration Melting at the Top of the Lower Mantle was published in 2014. Okay, so what does that mean about what I'm talking about? Well, let me just look down a little bit further and hopefully this connects. Scientists made the findings at the time after studying earthquake. Basically, there's just like another ocean, like way, way down there.
That's kind of sick.
Underneath everything.
That's kind of sick.
All my ladies in STEM they'll know what we're talking about here.
Has anyone eaten any cake by it?
If you can dream it, you can do it.
You ever try to dig to China when you were little?
Why was that? Why did people think that was? Why was that like the thing on the playground?
Was it?
One time somebody said that on the playground.
Do you think like there are flat earthers who feel like just completely foolish for trying to dig to China as kids at the playground? Who like now are like, man, what an idiot I was back then. I had
There's
no
nothing
clue.
down there. If you dig far enough, it'll just fall through.
Yeah, what do they think? If you dig far enough, yeah, you just go through and you just fall into space.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds kind of lit.
Mm-mm.
You dig far enough, and it's just Bud Light for days.
Dude, I might only drink Bud Light.
It's an ocean of Bud
I
Light.
might just fully pivot to Bud Light.
I'm actually gonna do Budweiser so I can do the Budweiser frogs bits.
Oh, I think Budweiser, Bud Heavy. I think Bud Heavy is such an upgrade from Bud Light.
Yeah, I agree.
I even think Bud Light Lime is an upgrade from Bud Light. I specifically want to fight Bud Light for purposes of taste, not other things.
Yeah.
I was proud of my dad for having the Bud Light in his fridge. You know,
I feel like you have to
you.
be pretty online to be
Good for you.
Yeah, your dad doesn't
Understand
strike
the
me as being online
controversy.
enough to understand like that. Like people are angry about this stupid stuff.
He's aware of the controversy,
Yes.
and he's holding.
Is he a
strong.
Bud Light guy that
He
through and
is.
through?
He's like, just give me a cheap domestic. I don't care.
Do you
But
think older men, like our parents' age, do you think that they are more likely to have a go-to beer that they don't deviate from more than people of our generation?
Yes. I
Yeah.
do.
I feel like there's not that many people that I know that have like the one beer that they have in their fridge. But growing up, like you knew which of your friends' dads had like the beer in the fridge.
Oh yeah.
I had one buddy who had Heineken in the fridge at all times. I had another buddy who had Milwaukee's Best in the fridge at all times.
Yeah. My buddy's dad, who we stole his cigars and smoked one of them and then got sick. He was a Coors Original guy.
That's good.
Yellow
Belly, yeah.
Banquets.
banquet?
And we would try to drink them, and then we would share it, and we couldn't really finish it because it was so bad.
The first thing we ever stole and drank together as friends was I stole a Zima from my parents' fridge and we all drank it.
That's sick.
Did you put a little Jolly Rancher at the bottom?
No, I did drink it a little too fast, so I got
Zima.
a little gas bubble in my stomach.
You don't hear about Zimas anymore.
I don't.
They tried to come back. They sent us some free stuff. They sent us something back at the old.
Yeah, I think
place.
J-Bone ended up taking it all home. The human discount rack.
You took the Zima home.
Yeah,
Well, we didn't get any actual Zima. They just sent us like Zuba's pants.
That's right.
it was
I
the
remember that.
Zubaz. Yeah,
And it was like, can we just have some Zima? Like, I'd like the cold, refreshing taste of Zima.
Yeah, no one's wearing those pants.
You guys gotten iced lately?
Bay iced me not too long ago,
sheesh.
and then she said, "If you ever ice me back, I won't actually drink it." And I said, "That's not fair."
I mean, I think you should test her on this and try to ice her and give her a chance to redeem herself because people who get iced and refuse to drink it, I think, are some of the biggest Debbie Downers on earth.
It's like when you get your card pulled and credit card roulette. I'm not paying it.
No, dude, you can't shake that. You can't shake that. That's a personality trait that I won't let go of. If you commit to credit card roulette and then you lose and you refuse to pay, I don't think I can trust you anymore.
It's a Dylan move.
No, it's not. I've never done that. Get out of here.
No, but if you could see a scenario where you would do that, I could see
Yeah, that's true.
personally.
Yeah.
Are we too old for credit card roulette now?
Oh no, is that a young man's game?
I don't know. I
It's-
just feel like the
thought the
older
more-
you
If
get,
you're out with the boys,
I thought the older you get, the more okay it is to do, because presumably everyone is doing better.
financially secure.
Yeah.
I think the most likely way that I would do it at this point is just for like rounds of drinks on like a bachelor party or something.
It's got to be ladies. You could, I'm sure, like they do it too. But for me, it's strictly a Saturday thing. And what I mean by that is with the boys.
Yeah. I feel like you
Dude.
have to just do it in a smaller scale, like a round of drinks for 10 dudes, as opposed to doing a full blown dinner where people are just selling out.
Real big fish style.
Sell out.
We don't have to keep going. I think we've put a lot into this episode.
Not a real big fish guy, Dylan.
It's only going to get worse.
Forgot
for
you don't
me.
like touching them because they're slimy.
That's true. I don't like to catch fish.
It's spelled real, REEL,
That's
not
very-
REA.
That's
Do you get it?
very clever. Like a fishing reel.
Do you guys know what you're doing for your conspiracies tomorrow?
Nope.
I've got a list that I've been keeping, but I have not chosen yet what it is. I'm excited to do it. It's been a minute since we've done it. It's touching base.
I've got an idea, but I'm not married to it. So we'll see.
I'll bring the heat.
Fuck yeah.
Let's get out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow, beyond the paywall. Bye.
Bye.